today's video, I'm going to try to show you the manner in which I'm under surveillance and the situations that I encounter on a day-to-day basis in my neighborhood. All because of the situation I had with UNFI. Okay, the manner in which I'm being stalked is this. There's 4 points I'm going to try to prove in this video. They track my phone. They choose between a limited set of possibilities of where I'm going next, what area I'm more than likely to be in, because as humans, we tend to set patterns, and they use that against us. They set their people in position to wait for the phone call. This is called lying in wait, and it reflects premeditation and malicious intent. These things are done with the intent to drive me to lash out in rage, and if I ever do, I will lose all credibility in that instance. A call is placed by a co-conspirator. Someone arrives.
Than I do. I'm not a tech guy. I'm learning. But right now, when you use a search engine or the app on your phone, companies collect your data. They sell it to other companies, or they even share it with law enforcement. There's an increasing concern that extremist governors and others will try to get that data off of your phone, which is out there in the ether, to find what you're seeking, where you're going, and what you're doing with regard to your health care. Talk about no privacy. No privacy in the Constitution. There's no privacy, period. This executive order asks the...
Okay, so we just established, you heard it from the President of the United States himself. They track our phones. Now, what they like to do, these nefarious people, they like to do is they like to try to take what you're looking at, what you're listening to, and make it a reality. Put you in a situation where it ends up popping up. It's kind of hard to describe, but I'll do my best right now. Let me set the stage here real quick so you understand what I'm trying to describe to you, the manner in which they try to set me up, and they use different people to achieve this goal. Okay, so yesterday, they're doing construction right here. They're remodeling this house right here. So you had the workers right there, and you had a kid playing out here, 2 kids playing out here on their bikes. And I turned the corner right here, so I'm coming home. They know I'm returning home. And so the kid is sitting there on his bike, and as I approach, he starts yelling out in Spanish. Here he comes, he's here, he's here. And I don't know what he called me in Spanish, but he threw his bike down like I was gonna. He ran to grab his dad. So I go, I knock on his door and I say, hey man, what's going on here? Why is your son acting like I'm gonna take him, running around talking about he's here, he's here? And what is that he's calling me? So I asked him to come out here in the street. Now as the kid throws his bike down and takes off running, a car pulls up and parks right here in this corner house. A brown Ford Explorer, older one. And as they stop there, they put their camera up to their face and they're facing my direction. Now apparently what had happened was she was going to this house to pick up a cabinet. They called her and they told her, hey, come down, pick up a cabinet, got one for you. Apparently they didn't give her the right directions. So she stopped right there, and that's her excuse for putting the phone up to her face, basically recording me, okay? So I go and grab this guy and I tell him, hey, let's talk out here in the street. I don't want to be back there where people can say, oh, he did this, he did. No. I want to be out in the open where people can see me. So we step out here. I'm upset, obviously. And I tell him, don't worry. I point to that lady in the car over there. I tell him, don't worry. Your witness is right there. It's at that moment she realized, oh, okay, here's the house I got to go to. So she takes off and she parks right there. So they know I'm returning home. As soon as I turn the corner, kid's waiting there. Okay, he's playing. Okay. They use children, they use these elderly people, and they try to throw them out there to play these games so that if I do something, how bad is that going to look on me? How am I going to look yelling at some little kid on a bike? I'd rather yell at his dad. Anyways, we had our little discussion there. I ain't got no problem with him, but I did let him know what's going on. So that's just a little bit of how they set it up. So they know I'm returning home. Dude tells his kid, hey, when you see him, start yelling out. Then he pretends like he has no idea what's going on. As that happens, a car pulls up. That's their witness. That's their surveillance. But they have the excuse that, oh, this is the address I was looking for. It's a setup. Now, earlier I told you that they like to take the things that you're looking at online and they try to make it a reality and put it into whatever games they're playing against you. So I told you what had happened with that little kid. Now, this is what I was looking at the day before. Okay, this is about Rasheem Carter. I don't know if you've heard about this. I need to make a video about this. This is a crazy story. A lot of things that happened to him parallel what's happening to me. But I'm going to show you a clip of what I was looking at the day before this happened. And this is exactly what the child did.
But had no success. October 2nd was the last day that Rasheem spoke with his mother. He was calling from inside of the Dollar Tree in Taylorsville, and a family member said that Rasheem was in panic mode and that he told his mom that he couldn't get a ride to his motel in Laurel, and additionally told her, and I quote, "If I come up missing, there are 3 trucks of white men after me." He also mentioned going into a store and quickly leaving when he heard the cashier say, "He's in here." Knowing that some select spots within the Pine Belt area are known as sundown towns and known to have the presence of white supremacist groups like the Aryan Nations and devotees of the KKK, Tiffany Carter was anxious to calm her son's fear and to get him to a safe place. During his last text message with his mom, Rasheem also named someone who worked with him that posed a threat to him and should be considered a person of interest, if not outright suspicious, if he should be harmed to any unusual extent.
On October the 1st, my son texted me. This was after him and I had gotten off the phone. He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama. His name, which I can't say at this time, but if anything happened to me, he's responsible for it. I'm too smart, mama. He got these guys wanting to kill me. And that's what he sent to me.
And then he went missing.